Hello, good morning, everybody. How you doing today? Welcome once again to our daily dose of English. In today's episode, we are going to talk about an expression, a phrasal verb, and a business vocabulary. So, let's get started. The expression of the day today is the expression to make matters worse. To make matters worse. To make matters worse is an expression that we use when we want to say that, the situation or the problem is even worse than we think. So we could say, for example, we've identified a problem, and to make matters worse, he lied to me. So he or she or whoever lied to me, making the problem even worse than it already is. So to make matters worse is to make a problem even worse than it already is. It's a very interesting expression, right? You can use that in conversations. Like when you discover that there are 2, 3 problems on a project or a product or a ticket that somebody opened, you could say that. You could say, yeah, well, there's, this problem, but to make matters worse, we have 2 other problems. So you see, to make the situation even worse, to make matters worse. For the phrasal verb of the day, we have the phrasal verb beat up. Beat up is to intentionally hit someone until he or she is very hurt. So when you beat someone up, it means you are really, really hitting someone and causing damage, serious damage, right? So I could say, for example, I don't want to fight that guy. He will beat me up. I don't want to fight that guy. He will beat me up. It means that this guy will kick my ass. So I don't want to fight that guy. So that's the phrasal verb beat up, right? So I could tell, for example, to a friend, I could jokingly, of course, I could say, well, I can beat you up, right? I can beat you up. It means, I can hit you and I can hurt you, right? So that is the phrasal verb beat up. Now, for the business vocabulary of the day, we have the word billboard. Billboard. Now, the word billboard is not very used by people outside the U.S., right? What billboard means, it's a billboard is a very big sign, usually on the side of a road, right? So you're driving your car, and then on the side of the road, you have this big sign, right, with advertising for a gas station or a restaurant or a motel or whatever it is. So usually these big signs, we call them billboards, right? So a billboard is a big sign with some form of advertising that you can see. Now, in Brazil, we use the word outdoor to describe those, but that is wrong, okay? Outdoor in English means outside. So I can play outdoor, I can play outside, right? I could tell my children, let's have breakfast outdoor today. Let's have breakfast outside the house, in the garden, in the backyard. So that is the idea of the word outdoor. So those signs that you see on the road, on the sides of the road for restaurants, gas stations, or whatever it is, we call those billboards, okay? So don't confuse those two. Now, to end the podcast this morning, a lot of people come to me and they say, Marcelo, can I say that I'm a fluent English speaker? And that definition, the definition of fluency, is very difficult to make. So different companies, different English schools and English teachers have different definitions for what fluency is. I have my own definition, and I'm going to share with you. When can you be considered a fluent English speaker? I believe that you can be considered a fluent English speaker when you can communicate without restraints What that means is you can communicate freely without a problem. You can understand people without a problem, and you have advanced knowledge of grammar. To me, that is the definition of fluency. So you need to be able to speak without a problem, be able to understand without a problem, and have an advanced knowledge of grammar. Now, does that mean that you can't make grammar mistakes? Fluent people don't make grammar mistakes. No, that's not what it means. A lot of fluent speakers make grammar mistakes, right? Native English speakers make grammar mistakes. I have heard many native English speakers making grammar mistakes, and that is okay. That's absolutely okay. It doesn't mean you're not fluent because you made a mistake in grammar, right? But what makes you fluent is your ability to communicate, to convey an idea, to be heard, to be understood, and to understand others, right? So if you can understand a movie, a television program, if you can understand over, say, 90% of what people say, and you can communicate, right, your ideas, you can explain, and you have an advanced knowledge of grammar, for example, present perfect. If you know how to use present perfect well, and you fit the criteria, I think you're probably a fluent speaker. All right, so get that idea out of your head that fluent speakers are perfect. They're not perfect. Native speakers also not perfect. Right? For you to be fluent, you need to communicate without restraints, understand over 90% of what people say, and have an advanced knowledge of grammar. Which doesn't mean you don't make mistakes. You could make eventually mistakes, but most of the times you don't make mistakes. So that is the basic idea behind fluency, right? There was a number I read the other day. I found it fascinating. The English language has about 500,000 words, right, in a dictionary. About 500,000 words used in a dictionary. That's a lot of words, 500,000. A native speaker, a native English speaker born in a native English-speaking country will know somewhere between 70,000 and 100,000 words. So a native speaker will have the knowledge of about 100,000 words out of 500,000 words, right? Now, a fluent speaker will have somewhere in between 10,000 and 30,000 words, right? So somewhere between 10,000 words and 30,000 words makes kind of a fluent speaker. Of course, that's not, written in stone. That's just a number that, I brought to you today. But that's the idea behind fluency. So get vocabulary, right? Read, remember vocabulary. Use Post-its to remember vocabulary, to write vocabulary, and to keep it in your head, right? Every time you hear a new word, write it down, right? Try to memorize that. Vocabulary is key for having a good conversation and for having a good communication. All right? Well, guys, this is the end of the podcast. I hope you liked it. And remember, if you liked it, share with your friends, share with your colleagues, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about. Okay? Remember, I teach English classes to business students and advanced students. So if that's your case, send me a message and we can certainly talk. I hope you like it. Have a very good day. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.